How's it going, everybody? I hope all is well. Right off the bat, I want to quickly apologize for my voice, as I am super sick. It's not going away, but I want to talk about Godfall, and we have more information, so let's just get right to that. Yesterday, I uploaded a video on all the news on Godfall, the new looter slasher action RPG revealed at the Video Game Awards a couple days ago. I thought I found all the information out there, but somehow I missed an interview with Keith Lee, the creative director of Godfall, with PlayStation Lifestyle, with more information on Godfall's game mechanics. So let's break down everything we learned in that interview, and it'll be linked down below for you to check out as well. As always, my name is JustJarrod, but you can just call me Jared. Now let's talk about Godfall. We know that in Godfall, you'll play as heroic knights who utilize mysterious magic and offensive melee combat to strike down enemies. The third-person melee-focused combat will have a heavy reliance on player skill and will feature one-on-one duels, one-on-many battles, and huge boss fights. In this PlayStation Lifestyle interview with Keith Lee, he goes on to say that Monster Hunter, among other things, is a big inspiration for Godfall's combat and how they approach diverse weaponry and combos. If you played Monster Hunter, you'll know that's a good thing. Monster Hunter's combat is very fluid and relies on well-timed combat and teamwork to pull off amazing hunts, and it's super satisfying. Hearing this from Keith Lee gives us maybe a smaller glimpse into what Godfall's combat may end up resembling. It won't be a carbon copy of Monster Hunter. I think they'll be completely different games in more ways than one, but it's not a bad thing to incorporate ideas from other successful titles, especially ones as successful as Monster Hunter. We learn a tad bit about some of the story in Godfall, as Keith Lee says, as an avatar, you play as one of the last remnants of an exalted knight's order intent on stopping the apocalypse and preserving the last vestiges of their world. The Godfall trailer sets the context of the beginning of the game right before you get to select your character. The three characters we see in the trailer are all playable, and Lee says you'll be able to play more characters throughout your journey as you find and collect their armor sets, which are called Valorplates, and each Valorplate has their own characteristics and historical lineage. Lee goes on to state that Godfall offers flexible classes for different playstyles and missions that you can easily switch between on the fly to adapt to certain situations or to change up how you want to play. Now, what all this tells me is that you won't be choosing a class to play at the beginning of Godfall. You'll essentially have a character, your avatar as Lee puts it, and depending on what Valorplate you have equipped, that's the character you become. That way you can don different Valorplates all with the same character. No need for multiple characters like Destiny, for example. It'll be more like Anthem, I'd imagine, where you are one person wearing different suits of armor essentially. If this is the case, let's hope that's the only comparison you can draw between Godfall and Anthem, am I right? We also learn that the new bright high fantasy universe in Godfall is split up into 5 realms: Earth, Water, Air, Fire, and Spirit. In the trailer, the characters are on the Earth realm and they are looking up at what is the Water realm, which is apparently in the sky, and where that giant 3-headed creature is that is sure to be an in-game boss. The obelisk at the focal point of the trailer is known as the Skybreaker monolith, and Lee says we'll learn more about it during the beginning of the game. Back on the subject of combat and loot, we now know how serious the developers are when they say that Godfall is heavily focused on melee combat because there are no weapons with long-range capabilities, no long-range weapons. You'll have 2 melee weapons that you can swap between mid-combat, but the only range options you can have are with some abilities, and those are restricted by charges and cooldowns. Lee states that as far as weaponry goes, there's a wide spectrum of weapon classes ranging from small and nimble to heavy and powerful. Back to the Valorplates in Godfall, Valorplates will have something called myriad slots. These act as sockets where you can insert powerful augments that influence your playstyle, like an augment that heals you and your teammates when you hit a weak point, or instead of healing you, you might find one that fires deadly magic missiles at your enemies. Godfall has also been designed from the ground up for co-op play, so expect that to be the main way you'll want to play to get the most out of Godfall's combat. We also know that you'll be able to play with people who are lower or higher levels than you, which confirms a leveling system of some kind as well, which is good to hear. This is what Lee had to say when it comes to co-op in Godfall. We want to make sure that content is accessible to all players, solo or co-op, while taking a different approach to ensure players of mixed levels can have fun together and contribute in a more balanced way. One last note before we end this video, Lee also confirmed that Godfall will be a PlayStation 5 launch title, if there was any ever doubt, and they don't have any post-launch plans as of yet because they are still in development, so still no confirmation as to if Godfall will be a live service type game like Destiny, or if it will just have DLC and expansions. I guess we'll just have to wait till spring to find out more. Once again, the link to this interview is in the description if you want to read it word for word yourself, but that'll do it for me today. If you enjoyed the video, a like is super appreciative as it helps get the video out to more people. Subscribe for more epic loot news on Godfall, and until next time, have a legendary day, night, afternoon. Peace out.